Welcome back to CNBC Indonesia Tech Conference 2021 dengan tema The Future of 5G Global Connectivity, Cloud Computing, and Internet of Things. Dan seperti yang kami janjikan, kita akan masuki sesi Q&A bersama Head of Connectivity and Access Policy Facebook APAC, Tom C. Verghese. So Tom, I have a question for you. During this pandemic, how do you think this pandemic has affected the ongoing initiatives carried out by Facebook connectivity?
So I think the biggest change in our perspective is really the urgency and the importance of these projects. I think one of the things we saw in the Inclusive Internet Index is this big trend where life is moving online. So we're seeing that the importance of the internet when it comes to socialization, work, entertainment, education, it's all moving online, and that's going to continue to happen even after the pandemic. So I think the commitment and urgency and importance of the initiatives we have in countries like Indonesia has only become more important. I'm happy to share that we've actually made significant progress even during the pandemic. To take one example, together with our partner Alida on the fiber optic cable project, they have deployed more than 3,400 kilometers of fiber optic cable over the course of the last year and a half, which means they've almost completed the project even during the pandemic. So with very good partners locally, we've actually made significant progress. Same thing when it comes to the partnership with Bali Tower on Jack Wi-Fi. A lot of this deployment and turning the access points on has happened during the pandemic, exactly at the time when people need these services the most. So we're seeing that both the importance and the ability to deploy these projects have actually increased during the pandemic period.
Okay, so can we, how much investment made by Facebook connectivity in this project? For example, the international links, the open transport network, and Wi-Fi project?
Yeah, so I'm not able to share the specific investment figures, but what I can share is perhaps more importantly, what is the expected impact of these types of investments? If we just look at the subsea cable projects we're doing in Indonesia, which are 3 cables that we're part of, we have done studies which show that previous subsea cable landings in Indonesia have contributed to a 5.4% increase in GDP per capita, created more than 4 million jobs. So we're expecting that the subsea cable landings we're a part of now will create a similar impact for the digital economy and for job creation in the country.
Yes, Indonesia is the largest market for digital economy in Southeast Asia. Do you see how fundamental it is that we can provide affordable internet connectivity for all people in Indonesia? Because as you mentioned before, we still have underserved population and also usage gap.
No, precisely, and this is a very important point, because when we talk about 5G, when we talk about IoT or Industry 4.0, and all these important ambitions that we have for the digital economy, the basis, the foundation for these ambitions must be that everyone has access. If everyone doesn't have access to the internet, then all these services and products we're building on top of connectivity infrastructure will only benefit people that have good connectivity. And our ambition is really, how do you ensure inclusion? How do you ensure equity? That all businesses, that all communities, and everyone actually has access to these services. And I think that's why the work that's being done by our local partners and some of the ambitions from the government are so important to materialize. That yes, we do introduce these new technologies, but we do it in a way that serves the entire population. And that's one of the things we're trying to contribute to with our projects as well.
Okay, Tom, from the video that you shared previously, we can see how beneficial the Jack Wi-Fi initiative for the people in Jakarta. Do you plan to expand this project to other cities too? Are you exploring that possibilities?
So we're definitely open to it because our approach to all of our connectivity initiatives is we don't want to be exclusive. We want to work with as many partners as possible to create the highest impact. So there's a number of cities in Indonesia that have ambitions of creating smart cities and really great projects in place. We're very happy to explore those partnerships as well. We've done this initial project in Jakarta together with our partner Bali Tower. It's provided really good learnings and experiences. So we're now ready to explore expanding it to additional cities across the country. So very eager to explore those partnerships.
Okay, we will be back with more questions from the audience that we have received, so stay with us. Kami akan kembali untuk Anda, kami informasikan lagi untuk Anda pemirsa CNBC Indonesia bisa mengirimkan pertanyaan ke nomor WhatsApp berikut ini, silakan dicatat 0812 1299 0001. Menarik sekali karena apa? Kapan lagi kita punya kesempatan untuk berinteraksi dan bertanya langsung dengan global leaders di bidang teknologi ini, sekaligus juga mendapatkan voucher ya. Ada total 3 juta rupiah hadiah dari Ultra Voucher untuk 8 penanya yang terbaik. Jadi pastikan Anda ikut berpartisipasi dalam Tech Conference di CNBC Indonesia. Kami akan kembali dengan jawaban atas pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang sudah Anda ajukan. We'll be right back. Untuk informasi lebih lengkap dan berita terkait, jangan lupa klik link di deskripsi. Install juga aplikasi CNBC Indonesia di App Store maupun di Play Store dan please subscribe ya guys.